we spoke with Steve Murphy, manager of building and licensing for the City of Kingston, to see what steps the city is taking to uphold higher quality standards for student housing.
I think what students need to know when signing a lease would be that even though they may have accepted the apartment in the condition it's in, it's not necessarily necessary that they live in that environment if they have some concerns with it. In the last couple of years, like we've had landlords that received over 100,000 in fines. We have a lot of great landlords in the city, thank goodness. We do have some problem ones, and they will tell them, if you complain to the city, I will evict you. Well, they have no right to do that. And they're protected by the Rental Standards Board, and they need to know that number and have it if they get in that situation. As far as the relationship between students and landlords in Kingston, I think it's probably fairly good. There's lots of landlords we know are out there that we never get any calls on, and I think probably their properties are in very good shape if the outside's any indication. Again, I have to go back to the repeat offenders. We do have a few, and I hope it'll change someday, but it may not. I think again it goes back to some of the students not knowing that their heat can be higher, or there shouldn't be happening, or there shouldn't be mold in the corner, that type of thing. So they may not raise the issue. We also hear that through the grapevine or rumblings that there are problems and the student housing is low quality and all that, but we're not getting the calls. So we have to assume that they're just not aware, or they feel that they're there for a short period and they can live with it, or they hear the war stories from the past and that's part of the experience of going to university or whatever. Well, it shouldn't be.
Despite legal measures such as the Tenant Protection Act and the Kingston Property Standards bylaws, some landlords continue to abuse their positions of power to the detriment of their student tenants. In the case of one student, the results were shocking.
Hi, I'm Daniel Ryan Spalding. For the past 2 years, I've lived at 230 Barry Street, apartment 2, Kingston, Ontario. While I was out of town and had no knowledge of this, my landlord completely renovated my apartment. There used to be pictures all along this wall here. He took down all my photographs and my artwork completely unnecessarily. This cabinet here used to be full of all my videos, blankets, coats, jackets. They've been completely emptied. For some reason, this wire has been stripped. My phone has been dismantled. My lease for my first apartment, that is private. This used to be my kitchen. There used to be a stove and an oven here and a fridge here. He's converted my kitchen into a second bedroom. This area here used to be a big red sink. He's converted that into a closet. There's no screen here for whatever reason. And my kitchen has been moved into this room. There is moldy food that I did not make. It's like sick. I don't know who put this in my fridge. This is my bathroom. When I came in, my toilet had like urine in it. I have a picture of it. It's pretty disgusting. And then the kicker, he has taken all of my personal belongings and piled them into my once bedroom. My blinds, for some reason, were taken down, so people walking along the street could see that my apartment was empty. All my stuff has this like filmy, sort of soapy like texture to it, I think from the paint or something. This is my treasured stuffed animal he just threw into a box. My birth certificate. Stuff has been like torn. The worst part of all of this is that my DVD player, my VCR, my television, my hard drive, my George Foreman grill, and my Swiffer sweeper are not here. I notified my landlord at the end of May that I was going to leave Kingston. So that would leave him 2 months' notice to find a new tenant. He very easily could have just allowed me to get out of my lease at the end of July, taken the month of August to do all of these renovations, so none of my stuff was here, none of my stuff would be stolen, none of my stuff would be ruined. But instead, I came back to see my apartment completely torn apart so that my landlord could have an extra bedroom so that he could charge rent while he insists I pay rent throughout the summer. And my landlord, ladies and gentlemen, is one Phil Lamb.
Upon hearing the news of Dan O'Ryan's unfortunate circumstances, we tried to contact Phil Lamb of Lamb Property Management to hear his side of the story. Unfortunately, Mr. Lamb refused to comment on any of the details concerning Dan O'Ryan's case. Queen's Legal Aid is currently negotiating on Dan O'Ryan's behalf to recover the cost of his rent and that of his damaged and stolen property. If convicted by a court for failing to resolve housing deficiencies, a landlord can be fined up to $25,000 for a first offense. Dan O'Ryan's case is still up in the air, and until it is resolved, he can only offer us one last piece of advice.
Never, ever rent from Phil Lamb.